Free webinar titled Starting and Growing Your Electrical Contracting Business in Nigeria.
Alive with me here and also can hear me. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually how I welcome us to today's webinar on a very important topic that only few of us have the opportunity to, be exposed to this information. It has actually been a very wonderful journey being in the electrical industry, seeing how it has been evolving. But there is something that is missing. Let's just be clear that I am a practicing electrician before we now delve into becoming electrical servicing companies, and as the case may be. So this is actually an industry I have passion for. I practice every blessed day, enacting some inventions and so on and so forth. So when I was actually making research on how the industry is growing, and also as well the growth of the industry, is this an industry that is declining or an industry that is growing? I made lots of research on that, and as well found out the future of electrical, and also found out one other important thing, which even brought all of us here today to talk about, which we are going to be, making proper analysis and analyzations on. So just before we sojourn this journey, I would love to hear each and every one of us. I just want to understand whether each and every one of us understand the reason why we are here. Because I will always say this adage: if you don't know where you are going to, you won't even know when you get there. Even once you even get there, you won't even know. You won't even know that you've gotten there. So it's always very, very important that we understand what we want to do, why we want to do that, and then the expectations of the results we envisage. Internal branding. See, let's understand this very well, because all of us are just fixated and then exacerbated with logo, color, blah 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 blah. Those things we are still coming to that one. The one that will not only bring customers to you but will retain them is this one I'm talking about. So let's listen very, very carefully again. Internal branding talks about the vision and mission statement of your business. See, you are not just doing your business for doing sake, for crying out loud. If you want to make money, go into the market and make money. If you want to build a brand, you must be very, very intentional about it. It must be something that you are breathing every day. It must be something that you are having sleepless nights over for. It must be something that you must sacrifice for. It's not rosy. If a bonnet actually comes here to tell you that for over 7 years or 10 years you have been in operation, that it has been very, very rosy, I'll be telling lies. But why are you still hearing my voice today, being so strong and then being so bent on the electrical industry? It's because I wanted to build a brand. And that's what I'm doing. So internal branding talks about your core values. The core values of OGM is integrity, professionalism, empathy, customer service, and one thing. Professionalism, customer service, and competency. So what are your core values? Why should customer hire you? Why should customers use your service? Why should customers branding? Just 1 minute. Of our business, we must understand that our business name mustn't be our personal name. That was my mistake, because people go, okay, let me now use all the money and then add engineering or electric. attachment. Yes, OGM is your baby. OGM is your baby, but you must remove emotional attachment to your business. Your business name is your baby. Like OGM is my. I want to touch the global community. So if you're answering a name that you know very well, that is not going to cross your street, you need to start making plans on how to change it. A brand or whatever we are doing tonight is just to make highlights on what you need to know. You can actually go and do it yourself, or you can actually probably join my branding college to now understand it very, very well. How to craft out a business name for yourself, how to make sure that it's a name that can. Then very, very important. Your tagline, your logo, your color, your motto, your structure. We have what we call structural branding. Like when you see First Bank, if you see another First Bank in another location, they look the same. If you see another First Bank in another location, they look the same. The same thing with other companies that we see. Other companies that we see, they look alike. We used to call it structural branding. Structural branding. So this building looks the same as this because they are of the same company. So we have Jingo. Like I don't know whether I've actually heard these Indomie adverts. That was years. Some couple of decades ago. Mama do good, oh, Mama do good to us. She give us Indomie sweet, well. Those ones are jingles, so it's also a branding. So we also have costume. We have costume. There is a way, if you see First Bank workers, how they dress, you can actually depict the difference between them and the people working at UBA. So costume can as well be your branding. Then we have representation and so on and so forth. There are so many things that people can actually use to identify your brand. Like an animal that represents First Bank is the elephant, I think. Then an animal that represents OGM is the one you call Kasongo, warthog, because of the speed of Kasongo. That is speed OGM delivers. I know you guys are just hearing this for the first time. Warthog is actually the animal that represents the speed OGM using delivering their services. Because we said get electricians in minutes. So people use animals to represent so many things. Like Dove. Which company uses Dove for their representation? We have Apple. So you can use actively. So this is all about external branding. So internal branding is the experience you leave your customers with, while the external branding is what they see before they even choose. Or how would they know this is actually Godwin Enterprise? Your color can actually contribute to that. So the book I'm recommending for branding, I'm recommending 2 things. Join my branding college if you want to learn. As well, you can register for electrical administration course on OGM Electrical Academy. So these are 3 ways you can actually get to know more about branding. So number 2 things you must know. Yeah, now location is actually dependent on the kind of services you. organization can as well make or man. So we'll talk about legal requirements. Number 3 is actually legal requirement. For you to actually own an electrical servicing company in Nigeria, in as much as you can actually start while you actually do that, you need to be licensed. In licensing, NEMSA, Koren, or Lekan can offer you license. So in licensing, you can either license as an individual licensing. We have, I think, 4 categories. We have category A, category B, category C, and category D. So all of them comes with their own unique requirements. So if you meet any of those requirements, you can license yourself to electrical service company. One of the person or the person in your company must be an electrical engineer, academic electrical engineer, not through apprenticeship. Academic electrical engineer. So that's the person that can actually go for, getting license for your company. Like in our OGM electrical company, an electrical servicing company, kind of, you understand, not Obonea Chinedu is a licensed electrical contractor. So these are 2 distinct and different. So you must understand this. So while setting up your electrical servicing business, you must understand that legal requirements are very, very important. So you must do CAC registration. But first, get your license before you do CAC. Because some people do CAC before getting license. In any ways, you want to do it, you must be, must tell you the truth or how to do it. Then you cannot do the one you want to do. So you can get your CAC first before you now start doing licensing with NEMSA, Koren, as the case may be. However, you can do your trademark, you can do your SCOM-L, you can do insurance as well. These are just legal requirements. Then you can actually as well get your OSHA certification, which is health and safety regulations and compliance. I know this is actually extreme, but you must understand that these are also some of the things you need for you to own a properly structured and standard electrical servicing business in Nigeria. You're not going to do all of them at once. Some of them can take years, yes. Some of them can take years, but just make sure that you have it in plan to do them. I'm not telling you if you don't do them, you are not going to start. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you should have it at the back of your mind. You're going to do it. Then, number 4 is establishing credibility as a trusted provider. So you must position yourself as a credible provider. So you must find a niche. Some of the people that attended our electrical mega training, I spoke about you focusing on a niche. Are you a CCTV installer? Are you a solar installer? I mentioned that there is a woman called Odoguna CCTV. Well, she's in Anambra State, Awka to be precise. What she does is only CCTV. Although more recently she has now delved into solar and automations. But when she started for complete 8 years, she was doing CCTV only. And then she dominated that industry. We used to call it beachhead strategy. I think I also said this in that class. Go and ask about this. Beachhead strategy is you go into a particular sector, dominate that sector, and from there, have that bottom, just like Jig had initially. So you must apply strategy on how to penetrate any industry and then become a notable brand in that industry. And one of the strategies can be beachhead strategy. So another thing is actually tooling system. As an electrician, we actually make this nervous error thinking that we are going to be working on site with our hands. And most of us that even have the tooling system doesn't even, take proper care of those tools. And it's very, very bad. Your tooling system can be your ladder, your screwdriver, your crimping tools, your meters, your testers, your connectors, your everything. It can even be your electrical car or electrical van, or as the case may be. So you must make sure that if you want to grow, if you want to build, structure a sustainable electrical business, you are not going to use breeze to do them now. If you are focusing on if you're going to be on the consulting arm, you must have a laptop that has speed. You must have a photocopy machine. You must have softwares that you use in designing. You must have boards, white boards, and then whatever you use in lecturing people. You must have a hall where people can come and take for consulting. You must have an office. Those things are tools that you need in order to deliver appropriately in any sector. Elaborately, electrical industry connotes those inventors as Thomas Edison them and all other great inventors. All of them are still in the electrical industry. Hope you understand. We have the manufacturers, those who convert those things, those inventors have actually thought out or imagined into a finished product. Those who convert those things, the inventors thought out, those their imaginations, these manufacturers turn it into a finished goods. That notwithstanding that inventors can as well manufacture what they thought out. But what I'm saying is that these are different sectors. The inventors, the manufacturers. Then we have the distributors. We have the vendors, and we have the service providers. We have the vendors, and we have the service providers. So, let's move ahead. So, when we understand this category of these categories we have in the electrical sector, you now ask yourself, where did I fall? It's practically not possible. You cannot be doing everything. You must ask yourself, where do my key strength lies, and then you focus on there. But I believe 100% of us actually fall under the service provision sector in the electrical industry. Now, on the service provision sector, we still have categories. We have the consultants, we have the contractors, we have the supervisors, and we have the artisans. Please be jotting down, or probably can be find a way to actually get whatever I'm saying. In the same servicing, let me come again. Elaborately, in the electrical industry, we have the inventors, the manufacturers, the distributors, the vendors, and the service providers. Then I said, where our key focus is on the service providers. Then I said, on the service providers, we have the consultants, we have the contractors, we have the supervisors, and we have the artisans. And I'm going to explain. Now, consultants are people that we can call them the lawmakers in the electrical industry. These are people that define disk scripts. These are people that design projects. These are people that they call for admonition. Any industries hires them to carry out what we call oversight and inspection. These are people that this is just their work. They don't they don't use plier. They don't know how to use plier. They don't know how to use screwdriver. What they do is actually to go for oversight inspection and then carry out analysis on why a project will work or why a project will not work, or what that project actually needs to be able to work out. These are people that make some certain laws. These are people that define most of the things we are using today. Okay, 1.5 is for lightning, 2.5 is for this, 4mm is for this, blah blah blah. We can call them B engineers or the electrical engineers or whatever, but you must understand that they're electrical consultants. Okay, then we go to electrical contractors. These are people that take projects and then decipher the project and then push out men to deliver. These are people that goes for contract. They go for bidding, tendering contracts, or tendering their bid to get contracts. They get the contract, they decipher the contract. Remember that the consultant designed the project. The contractors are the one that designs the project. See, the electrical industry is fragmented, so whatever I'm saying here will be an alien to you. But this is actually to show you how long I've actually been in the electrical industry. It probably to be sending you what is happening. I have not seen it in this way, yes. The consultants are the one that design projects. They do carry out some drafting and designing of projects. In as much as any of us using AutoCAD can design projects. But these are the works of the consultants. Then we have the contractors who decipher those decipher those designs, and then implement what they saw on paper on ground. Implement what they are seeing on paper on ground, and then send men, mobilize men, or deploy men to deliver the project. That's the work of the contractors. Then the supervisors are the ones that make sure that quality and standard are being followed on site. We call them project managers. Yes, we call them project managers. These are people that goes to site and say, oh, this local bus is not standing straight. I keep it straight. How many do you use for this? This thing and this, blah, 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 blah. These are people that make sure that quality assurance purpose is actually being achieved. So when I have the artisans, these are people that now do the work. You that weigh the plier and the screwdriver and loosen and tighten and connecting here and doing your automation and it's fitting you. You are the artisan. So you are actually at the last. You are actually at the last. Chain of this particular distribution. So having understand where you can as well choose where you are. I actually graduated from being an artisan to being a consultant. Let me come again. I graduated from being an artisan. Saduddin Abdul, mute your mic. Admin, take care of this man. Okay, so let's continue. So you can who is this guy? Saduddin Abdul. Need to understand. See, most people actually make this errors thinking that if they don't go to site, they don't make money. Good Nigeria have been, practically after site for close to 3 years now. When I say practically, I go to supervise, but practically I've not been wielding any tools to do any work for practically 3 years now. And then this is actually what I've been doing consistently for several years. So when I say some few things online, this is not something that I'm hallucinating about. This is something that I really know. For some people who have actually visited our physical offices or probably done something with us before, you understand that when it comes to branding, structuring, marketing processes, and so on and so forth, this is something that OGM Electrical Company has strength on. Everybody can attest to that. I think most of the people here have actually attended our class, like Mr. Yeke Hope, if I can remember. You've attended our class before now, all right? That was 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yes, of course.
Beautiful. So this is at least 2 years or 3 years ago. I think I can remember very vividly. Father, we are doing the electrical industry, and then we have a vision towards what we are doing, and then part of the vision is actually to, make some clarifications, make some adjustments in the electrical industry, bring back the integrity of every electrical practitioner. Some of them buy those materials because they have actually been swayed and then be misinformed that we are bad people. So what actually orchestrated that is we're actually due to bad influences and then bad acts in the electrical industry, seeking to actually get money where probably a raw skill that you have actually been practicing. So part of the proclivities of OGM Electrical Company is to use whatever we've got to make some clarifications on everything you need to know about the business aspects of electrical. Because when you understand that the electrical that you do is not only to offer your services, either like your AC installation, solar installation, CCTV, house wiring, and so on and so forth, but as well to establish a brand that will be sustainable. Establish a brand that will be sustainable. There's a whole lot of things I will be saying today that that is going to be controversial. But if you really want to learn, if you really want to grow, you must understand whatever I will be saying objectively. You must understand it objectively. I'm going to be revealing lots of secrets You people call it secrets. Me, I call it strategies because there is nothing like secret. Lots of strategies that we use in OGM that has been working. I'm not going to say what is not working. I'm not going to say what we read in books. I'm going to be saying what we do and what is working. So, looking into the introductions of what we're going to be doing today, I'm going to be reading out our course outline for today. This course outline, please, is pertinent that you write. Is pertinent that you write. I know I'm saying this. It's very, very important that you write. So, the reason for the course outline is that so that we understand step by step what we want to achieve today. Let's also remember that what we're doing today is, or learning in today's webinar, is starting and growing your electrical contracting business in Nigeria. Starting and growing your electrical contracting business in Nigeria. And as well, making it sustainable, not just starting and growing. When you start and grow, is it sustainable? That's the question. Then, you can now carry out, just before, for you to know how serious what we are doing today is, then go back to your lineage. Ask yourself, is there anybody in my family, either extended family or nuclear family, or generations, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, that has any generational business that probably is known nationally? I'm not talking about in West Africa or in Africa or even in the world. I'm just talking about in Nigeria. Is there anybody in your lineage, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, or anybody, even any of your siblings, that have any business that is recognized, nationally, and as well has been operational or has been functioning for at least 30 to 50 years? If you have any, just raise up your hand. Just click on the raise up your hand button so that you can mention the name of the business, and then let's see whether we all here know that business. That is how serious what we are here to do today is. You must understand the distinct, difference between the skill you have and the business of the skill you have. You must understand the distinct difference between the skill you have and the business of the skill you have. So, number one thing we are going to be looking into today is understanding the Nigerian electrical industry. Let's understand first, where are we? You cannot make progress at where you don't understand. Even in countries that you don't even hear their language, you cannot even explore there. You cannot even have great exploit there. Before you actually embark on something, let this not be. I used to tell all our students, and I believe some of them are here, if this industry, electrical industry, is just what you want to use and feed your tummy, you are not supposed to be here. Leave this place. This electrical industry should be something that you will still find A to Z reason to be doing, even in your 50 years, even in your 70 years. Probably not directly, but indirectly. But at least you might find joy that you are engaged with this industry. If this industry is not what you are planning to use to build your house, buy your car, give birth to your children, marry your wife, explore the world, you are not supposed to be here. You are not supposed to be here. You are supposed to leave this place immediately. But if this industry is actually what you have passion for, not only passion, you have a vision towards too, that you wanted that to be attached to your name. You wanted it to be attached to your profile. You wanted it to be attached to your identity, that this is who I am and this is what I do, and you'll be doing it for a long time. Yes, you are supposed to be here. And what we are promising you is that whatever we're going to be dissecting today will be giving you a clearer picture of what happens in the electrical industry, and as well how to become successful in the electrical industry. So number one is understanding the Nigerian electrical industry. Number two is setting up your electrical contracting business. People doesn't really know that electrical businesses are being set up. It's not your fault anyways, because I was also a victim. So what we do is that you have two ways of actually entering into the electrical industry, either through the academic route or through the apprenticeship route. So many people that have followed through the apprenticeship route just came out of apprenticeship or just got freed and start serving customers. No structure, no plan, no vision. So they're just jumping from one side to the other, doing job, making money, and they're happy. And that is it. Those that follow through the academic route ended up in companies, probably electrical companies or any other companies that need their services. And with they offer their services 30 years, 35 years of civil service, and that is it. They will come out and start selling provision. This is it. That's how painful it is. So when we understand how to set up our electrical contracting business, that is where you will now know how long you want the business to function. What is your exit plan? Please, who here have heard me talk about the lifespan of OGM Electrical Company? If you know, just raise up your hand. Let me bring you up. Who is that? Okay, Victor Eze, raise up his hand. Okay, Victor Eze, how many years is OGM going to last? Minimum and the maximum of what? On mute.
Okay, I hear you say 120 years, at least 120 years.
Okay, maximum of what?
I think that should be. I've forgotten the maximum, but I've forgotten the maximum. At least 120 years.
Okay. Any other person? Who else? You have tried. Thank you, Victor. Who else wants to try? No, none of my admin is going to answer any question. No, you're not going to answer. you want to answer a question. You know, say they dash money. Don't collect the money, Abby. Okay. So who else wants to try? Lifespan of OGM Electrical Company. Minimum. I think Victor actually got close to the answer. Minimum lifespan of OGM Electrical Company is 150 years. 150 years is not a hype. If you have actually been following us for over 5 years, 7 years, you understand that we actually mean business. 150 years is the minimum. Maximum of 500 years. We can even extend the vision when whosoever that will be managing OGM by that time. So, I mean, most of us are not scared. What do you mean by 150 years? Are you going to stay there alive then? That is what is running in our mind. If you are not yet planning to build a business that will outlive you, you are not serious. So because say your papa not leave any business for you, that means you're not going to leave any business for any other people. Probably not your children or whatever, but other people that is going to succeed your business. Let me cite an example. We heard about Access Bank. Most of us have money in the Access Bank account. Just take for example that Herbert Wigwe are just as he's dead or as he died, then your money now, went into oblivion. Will you be happy about it? That is how it is. Most of us, God forbid, we will just die. We will just die. Most of our customers' projects will be suspended because of our debt. Yes, because we don't have any structure. We are the service provider, the CEO, the all of the business. So if anything happens to us, the business dies. If anything happens to us, the business died. Most of us actually heard that I had an accident last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks. I was never perturbed. Funny enough, while I was having the accident, work was still going on site on several places we have projects in Nigeria. Nobody knew that the CEO of OGM Electrical Company is already on his way going home. I'm just alive today because of God's mercy. Because nobody would have. Then happens to you. So that means your customer's business will be suspended. Even while taking treatment, projects are still going on. Nobody even knew that I was down. That's the juicy part of whatever we're going to be discussing today. Number 3 of what we're going to be talking about today is crafting a business plan and marketing strategy. I heard that Mr. Kindness Rufus mentioned that he wants to know how to market his business and also how to brand himself well and how to expose himself, how to go viral, and so on and so forth. We're going to be discussing about that today. I used to tell the people, go on any search engine in the world and search only OGM Electrical, then you see what we have been doing. Yes, you see what we have been doing. So number 4 of what we're going to be discussing today is managing your operational managing your operations efficiently. Some of us don't make this analysis. If I have 5 projects today, and then the whole customers or the whole client wanted me to deliver today, how am I going to do it? When you start asking yourself this question, that is when you start taking your electrical business very, very serious. Just like we had it yesterday, we had up to 5 projects we were delivering simultaneously. I mean, most of our workers are here now. They can as well attest to that fact. Simultaneously. And all of them were delivered yesterday as well. Ask yourself, can that happen to you? Have you tried that before? Is that what you actually wanted to achieve? If that is true, or if that is really what you want, just get your notebook, get your pen, so that you start jotting down some few things as we start. Then number 5 and the last is scaling and sustaining growth. See, let me make this emphasis. There is a clear difference between making money, riches, and wealthiness. Making money, riches, and wealthiness. People, when you ask people, when some people complain of I don't have money, making money is very, very simple. How do you make money? You know, GM, we have you can actually jot it down. We have a formula. Value over time is equals to money. That's the formula for making money. Value over time is equals to money. Write it down so that it's going to make some wonderful part of whatever we're going to be discussing today. Value over time is the value. Go and look for who needs that value. Give it to the person in exchange for money. You make money. Very, very simple. Then, to become rich, it doesn't only end in making money, because you can make 1 million naira today and still lose that 1 million naira. That is why wealthy people are rich people are super intelligent people. Yes, you can make money today and as well lose the money today. So for you to be rich, at least you are not a fool. You are intelligent. Then for you to not transcend from being rich is actually they actually, how will I put it? Everywhere they advertise themselves. Rich people are those people that you see buy Balenciaga, Ferrari, these sports cars, blah 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 blah. Those are rich people. It's not bad. You can as well put yourself in such category. And then we now have these super talented and intelligent people called the wealthy people. These are people that even if they did not work for 1 full year, they are not going to get poor again in their life. But rich people cannot try that in 6 months. Yeah. Rich people cannot try that in 6 months. So this clear, distinct illustration I've actually given is also what you need to actually apply in the electrical. That is different for you to be getting jobs. Yes, I'm getting contracts, I'm making money. Yes, there is a clear difference between you are getting contracts, you are making money, than are you registering your name in the mind of those who are calling you for that project. Can that thing you do be sustained? What's your plan on improving what you're doing? What's your plan on scaling? What's your plan on growing? What's your plan on sustainability? How long do you want to run this business? Who is going to succeed you if anything happens to you today? Just like Habatwiwe, Access Bank founder, something happened to him. Somebody who is taking over things is Ike Imokwede. For those who use Access Bank, this is your new group CEO, Ike Imokwede. It is a planned and strategic. You see, you must understand this objectively. Do we understand? Now, let's go into what we have properly. Before we continue, I would love to say this. Whatever we're going to be discussing today, you must be ready for it. We are how many here? At least 10 or thereabout. I think 14 or thereabout. Whatever we're going to be doing today is a mindset structuring activity to accept what you're going to be hearing today. If you are not yet ready for whatever I'm going to be like, is imagination. It's only the information that you are applied that becomes an action taken, which to absorb whatever. Project and client management. For those who have actually engaged with OGM brand, you understand that we are super, structured. The way we send them estimate, the way we do quotation, the way we do invoicing, whatever, sweet, smooth, the way we do our accounting, wonderful. So those softwares, I'm going to be recommending it to you. So number one is inspection form. Inspection form request. Like customers come and tell us they need solar installation. They want us to do quotations for, and as well the time they want us to engage with their project. So inspection form request is what we use in OGM. You can as well use it. Inspection form itself, the one that the service provider or the technician goes to site to go and estimate, carry out load auditing, or as the case may be, is inspection form. So we have estimation software. That one we use it to cost estimate. So that place we have registered lots of components like the cables, the plugs, the inverter, the CCTV. We have registered every damn product we use in OGM Electrical Company, or every damn service we do in OGM Electrical Company. We have registered it there. So what happens is that when a customer needs a service, we just go to that estimation software, just click on those things, like he needs solar installation, then click solar, blah, 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 blah. It will give us a total. Then we have invoicing tools. Invoicing tools is the one we use in sending how much the customer is supposed to pay us. And then the last one is price catalog, pricing model, or pricing package. I'm going to be saying something on this, very, very important. So on invoicing, on these tools I've actually mentioned, on inspection form, use Google Forms. We use Google Forms, so you can use Google Forms. You can learn how to use Google Forms, learn how to use it. Go on YouTube, Gambras, how to learn how to use Google Forms. But if you cannot do it or you don't have time, you can use the services of Branch Sheriff to achieve that. Use the services of Branch Sheriff to achieve that. It's not free. They will give you their own price catalog. If you can pay, you pay. If you cannot pay, you can learn how to do it. Then, estimation app. We are using an app called Inquit. So you can browse about it, or you can use Cashbook. Cashbook does that. Yes, Cashbook does that in an elaborate form. Zoho Books does that as well. So these are estimation booklets. Invoicing software is still the same thing. This application does both. Accounting softwares, yes, we use Cashbook in our company. You can use Money Manager. Money Manager for your personal expenses and budgeting and income. While Cashbook can be for your company or your business, or as the case may be. Then the pricing catalog or pricing model, you have to go and you need to raise a template yourself. Now, the questions you need to ask yourself before coming up with a pricing catalog, pricing model, or as the case may be, is what is the product or service I want to offer? How much is those product and services? How do I spice it up to actually interest a stranger to buy from me? For example, our camera we used to install, smart camera 1 eye, we have smart camera 2 eyes. So this is what we used to do. We actually noticed when we want to